in the board, no limit of this thing. Just we can both the help of the students as well as institutions to go for OPT. So, this is overview, sir. And the faculty members come from various government colleges and private colleges, and they are representing for their colleges. Some colleges offering up to 3 ED programs, some colleges only 1 ED program, and some colleges offering 2 batches of ED program, some colleges only 1 batch ED program. Like it's a mixture of all kind of ED program faculties available here. So please guide them and step by step how to enroll in them. So if possible, kindly take our college as a hands-on experience. You can show the faculty. I think I request all faculty members to service today's student two sessions. If you have any doubt, please ask the doubt, get clarity. But otherwise, when you go for third year, onboarding will face a problem. So before that, any small doubt, don't hesitate, ask the faculty. Thank you so much for giving us. So welcome to you, sir, please. So we can use
respected management, respected principal, respected outside and madam. Thanks for inviting us, and respected teachers and professors from various colleges. Andariki namaskar. So myself, Radhamani, I think madam has asked me profile. I'm searching for it. So myself, Radhamani, currently taking care of Andhra, Telangana Placement IT, Assistant Director of Training for Andhra Pradesh. So I completed my engineering in the year 2005 from computer science background, and then I have some IT background experience, and then completed my masters in mobile computer system from Deparment of United Kingdom, and then I started there as a career as assistant manager, and after that returned back to country and started my career in government of India as IT project manager for the NAT portal development. So I completed 5 years, and then I promoted as assistant director in 2018 and go on the Kerala state. So Kerala state around from 2018 to 2025 March. The in-charge for Kerala. So where I have increased the apprentices numbers from 4,000 to 18,000 in 5 years. So that the number of apprentices now is 4,000, and left the state was 18,000. And recently from April onwards I took over Andhra and then the government of India, this NAS comes under Ministry of Education, started implementing apprenticeship temporary degree program. So, what is the objective of this program? So, already based on the Apprentices Act 1961, we started implementing apprenticeship program for the people who have completed the graduates, fresh graduates and diploma holders who have completed engineering. We started with engineering and diploma, technical backgrounds, and then plus vocational students where we started giving apprenticeship from 1961 onwards. And recently in 2021, we have started extended this apprenticeship program for non-engineering streams, BA, BSc, and then recently last year we have started signing MOU with the general graduate colleges. So what is the objective here? We want to increase the skill capacity of the fresh graduates, because compared to the market, what the establishment is really looking for a skilled manpower. To meet that objective, we started this program, and then already is successful module in Andhra Pradesh. So where we have a long relationship with the Department of Technical Education, Andhra Pradesh, and different states also. Here we started a program called Sandwich Program. They started a program for Sandwich. It's a very successful model. I can say some of the colleges like government, Polytechnic College, the Visakhapatnam, Government Polytechnic College, they are what they itself identify the industries, and they itself setting the diploma industries, and then we are paying for it. That is very successful, and then those students are getting employment immediately. So So on the basis of that, we have recommended this program to the government, and it is enabled, it is integrated as a national education policy 2020. So let me go through the slide one by one. So in this presentation, so what we cover, first going to the AEDP, first you have to understand what is NAPS, and then what are the overall stakeholders and what is the benefits the students will get if they are onboarded into the scheme. So we will see about NAPS and responsibilities. As far as NAPS is concerned, we have three various stakeholders: students, institutions, and industries. So, and what is their responsibilities? And then next, process flow. So how that it works, and then it is very easy process. When you see initially it will be very complicated one, but the portal is user friendly, it is easy for you to process. And then let me show you some screenshots from the portal. So how the portal looks like, and where to enroll, and where to send your students, and where they can see their vacancies, and I will show you that snapshot. If possible time permits, I can log in and show in the actual institution login. And then finally support. So how we can support to all the stakeholders. And then in between, if you have any queries, because I want to understand what is the current model adopted in AE. So let us have this session as an interactive one. So how you adapted currently AEDP, and then if anything is different, so that I can. Right, sir? Yeah, the PPT will be shared, and documents, whatever the supporting documents, user manual, everything will share. So share with the manual so that So as I said, NAT scheme started in the year 1961, and then we have extended non-engineering into 2021, and then recently, as per the in line with the NDP 2020, we have started this embedded program across the nation. And then jurisdiction. So NATS is coming under Ministry of Education, Department of Higher Education. We have 4 regional boards: East, West, North, and South. I am from Southern region. We have office in Chennai, and we have extension center in Puttur and Hyderabad, Kerala, Ernakulam, Trivandrum, and then in Bangalore. So that our states is Southern region is as follows: Andhra, Telangana, Kerala, Lakshadweep, Puducherry, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka. So all these states comes under Southern region. So coming to the stipend rates, what the stipend rates for apprentices at present? So for regular apprentice, which means those who have completed their graduation or diploma, the stipend rate is 9,000 for graduate, and diploma 8,000. Those who have completed the graduation and diploma, any graduate or any diploma. It's not like technical or not technical. So 9,000 is the stipend prescribed by the government for graduates, and 8,000 is prescribed for diploma. Soon it is going to be revised in another 3-4 months. That gazette will be released. So 30% is going to be increased. So which means this 9,000 is going to be 4,000 plus, and then it is going to be 11,000 per annum. In that, Board of Apprenticeship Training (NAS) will contribute 50%. So whatever the money prescribed stipend. So if it is 9,000, 4,500 will be the industry contribution, and 4,500 will be the government contribution. And for AEDP program, so for graduate it is 8,000, so which is going to be raised maybe 11,000. And then diploma, if we call it a sandwich pattern, so that is for 7,000. In that 50% will be paid by the government, 50% has to be paid by the training. But however, some establishments are paying more. Even in Andhra Pradesh, Haryana is they are taking this sandwich diploma students for a long time, for more than 6-7 years. They are taking, and they are paying 12,000. And Hindustan Shukla they are taking, and private Kajaria things, manufacturing unit, and then a lot of companies in manufacturing sectors they have started taking this apprentices as well as the sandwich pattern promotion. So any queries are here? No, yeah, that's good question, sir. 12,000 if the government is fixed, that if an establishment paying 12,000, we will be paying our contribution. So, for example, if it is 9,000, government is, the establishment paying 12,000. So establishment has to pay 7,500 and government will pay 4,000. That is first. Yeah, so the process, I will explain in DPP, sir. What that is the DPP directly will pay to the student, not to the establishment. So in this training, if the industry decided 1,000 is the stipend, 7,000 they have to pay and intimate us in the portal and we pay 4,000. So that is the logic. And then what is the features? Second features for stakeholders in NAS. Already we are implementing this, started implementing AITP and salary program we have been implementing for last 10 years. And then we also organize centralized apprenticeship selection or centralized job fair. We conduct based on the request from the institution. So what is our role? We will bring industries to your college and you have to organize students, we will organize industries. So we can be able to accommodate minimum 50 industries at 10,000 vacancies. Minimum. And then somewhere last month we conducted around 30,000 vacancies and the salary starts from 35,000. So basically now that the minimum salary is for graduate it is starting from 80,000. So whatever the government prescription is 9,000. But establishments are paying more. They are paying minimum 80,000 per graduate, 50,000 per graduate. So that is the salary rate. If you are interested, your college management, you can send a request to us. We give you the SOP, what all things to be followed by conducting this stabilized program. So, which means why, what is the main objective? Because we are focusing on rural areas, tier 2 and tier 3 areas. So that if we conduct this program, those rural students will get benefit. So we have extended anywhere, any colleges, even remote locations also we are ready to conduct this. And we support the selection of apprentices to the establishment. So the establishment in remote areas, they use that we are not getting anything. So in our portal, we have a facility to shortlist them and then they can publish their vacancies and they can students will apply and they can also access the panel. And also we conduct supervisory development program for the apprentices who are undergoing training. So during that training period, we go there and ask about the feedback, how the training is going to be conducted, how the training was conducted by the industry. And then it is completely on-job training, there is no any classroom or any workshop or something like that. And then we'll also give a one-day session, what they have to do in the training and after completion, what are all the steps they have to follow to get a regular. And then and last, we are also conducting career guidance. So for final years. So we guide them. So what all the opportunities available as far as apprenticeship as well as regular employees. And then if they want to go for higher studies, we will guide them what are all the steps based on the country. So all these things are the features of and then what is why NAS is mandatory? Because it's a statutory compliance. So establishment has to follow this rule if they have a manpower of more than 4. If they have a manpower of 4, they have to mandatorily engage apprentices. It is a statutory compliance, or else we can do a penalty also. 500 per candidate. They are supposed to take 10 people. They have to take every year. If they are not mandated, if they are not taken, then we will impose a fine for 5 months. So even institutions also, you can also engage apprentices in your campuses for your lab assistant or clinical assistant or marketing. You can take apprentices where 50% will be contributed by the government. So like the employer means everyone, establishment, institution, manufacturing sector, hospitals, service sector, retail shops, hotels, everything, all we call it as establishment. If they have employed more than 4, they can take apprentices. The compliance, minimum compliance, they shall maintain 2.5% minimum and up to maximum 15% year. For example, if they have 1,000 manpower, they can take 25 apprentices minimum. They have to take 25 minimum. They can go up to 150 apprentices. For all the 150 apprentices, 50% of government share will be paid by the board of apprentices. Apart from that, the duration of training. So duration starts from 6 months to 1 year. If it is a regular apprenticeship, after completion of degree, they can go for 6 months or 1 year. If it is a AEDP program, they can have it 6 months or 1 year in 2 spells. Spell 1 and spell 2. And then all this stipend reimbursement, we are only paying to the student directly through direct benefit transfer like gas cylinder, how we are getting the reimbursement. Similarly, we are doing it as a direct benefit. So any queries are here?
Programs and general programs, PSC, giving as a 5-year student for
Yeah, all final years. Yeah. So one day program are based on the strength. We can make it as a batches. Somewhere I will be coming and giving a training for this. So it will cover like what is communication skill, how to prepare resume, what is planning, what is decision making, and then what are the latest technologies they can focus on, and then what are the vacancies available in the market. We take minimum 3 hours. Any charges for that. All our services are free. We are not charging any. No. We don't charge any because it's purely government of India scheme. So we are getting funds from the government and we are making the expenses. So we will not charge. And in our MOA there is no any charge of collecting money from any stakeholder. Yeah. So as far as this portal, so all these transactions starting from enrollment to certificate generation, completely it's a national portal. So there is no any manual paperwork. So what are the modules present here? So start from enrollment. So we have all the 3 stakeholders enrollment. And then second process, once the candidate has selected, second process is contract creation. They have to execute tri-party contract between board, training establishment and the candidate. And in case of AEDP, it is instead of four people have to make it. And then third process is attendance. We do also monitor the apprentices whether they are going for training or not. They have to record their attendance in the portal. Based on the attendance only we will see the state. So these are the modules available in the portal starting from enrollment and selection they can do through the portal and contract creation and recording their attendance and paying the same. And last process is issuing the digital certificate. So we are issuing certificate digitally, not hard copy. So nowhere we are asking stakeholders to submit any document except the MOU. So MOU only we are signing the hard copy. Remaining all online transactions. So now any queries, sir? So enrollment for AEDP. So we have three stakeholders. Starts from first year AEDP. That request has to be initiated by the institution. So institution plays a vital role here in AEDP program. So how this program will be success? In Sandwich program also how it was success? Because the training and placement officer who has taken this role in those colleges, they will approach board and we will also suggest some industries. However, we need a support from institution because you know the in and around companies. Because if you are in rural areas, if your college is located in rural areas, you know some 10 to 15 companies in and around. You can approach them and you can just explain about this scheme. Definitely they will come forward because they are getting cheap manpower, and then that those students will be nearby only. So for that reason, and then we are also giving a contribution to the student. Definitely they will come forward. So in that way only that sandwich program has become successful. The training and placement officer will write a letter to those establishments. So start stating that we are from so and so, and then for this sandwich program, we require your support for training them in your campus. It is on-job training, no classroom nothing. Whatever your regular employees do, the same job has to be done by this under supervision. So the placement officer contact those industries, and in fact, 30 to 50 companies have been onboarded by the placement officers to us. They only introduced us to the scheme. So like that, if the placement officers coordinated, it is easy to make all the students get trained. Because signing MOU or making this program as embedded program is very easy. But accommodating to them as per their need in the company is a very difficult task. For that, we need a support from the training and placement officers who is taking that as a coordinator. So what the coordinator has to do first, institution enrollment. So that is a very simple enrollment page where we are collecting the institution name, address, their approval and their NAC accreditation status and the principal and chairman or management details and then what all the courses they offer. So we collect this basic information. You have to upload two documents, one is NAC accreditation related document and the approval. So that you belong to UGC or whatever autonomous whatever. That supporting document you need to upload it. Once this is uploaded, we will verify. We will verify that documents and the details were uploaded. And then after that, we will approve the institution. Once the institution is approved, parallelly you can ask the students to enroll as a sandwich. So there is a provision I will show you in focus. The student has to register with some basic details and then those information they will select your college name as undergoing and those students will automatically come into your college. You have to authorize them for doing a training. So you have to verify the student details. So and what is their Aadhaar card and what is the date of joining the college and which semester they are, what are the marks, what is the marks up to last semester. All information you have to verify and approve. Once approved, they are ready for it. That is a very simple process. Students are asked to enroll separately and those information will be given in your dashboard. Right? I will show you how the student enrollment, what all the documents required by law. And then the third stakeholder is establishment that we will take care of it. Establishment is already uploaded. We are also supposed to upload some documents and if you are bringing some establishment, you ask them to enroll as establishment in the NAC portal by uploading the certificate of registration, IT return and the training officer details and then training module. Once they upload, we will give the approval and later on they can create one. And if suppose in institutions, some institutions having 1 year ADP program, 6 months, 2 spells. So the second spell has to be initiated from your last level. So if you have a 2 spell program, then you have to initiate from your. Any doubts are here? Enrollment? Any doubts, sir? We call it as sandwich for diploma. If it is diploma, it's like same in ADP. Because in DT they call it as sandwich. But actually the duration is 3.5 years, 3.5 years. 3 years will be in college, 6 months will be in training. And some diploma courses 4 years. 1 year will be in 1 year will be in training and 3 years will be in the college. So in DT they call it as sandwich. Sorry? No, accreditation is mandatory because as per the UGC norms we got it. It is saying that you verify the college's accreditation and then whether they are listed in the NIRF. Is it a private college? Government college, I think we don't have. Government colleges, you know, we don't have.
Sir, 2 documents. One is accreditation, the second is
NIRF ranking. It is applicable for private and the deemed universities. If it is a government, we have exemption. We'll consider. Yeah, student has to enroll at the beginning. So
No.
So when you start, for example, you are going to start in next financial year. Second year you have to start. First you have to complete the institution enrollment approval all process. And then when they are entering into the third year, They are going to be doing in the 8th semester. For example, the training is decided in 8th semester. So ask those students who enroll in 7th semester, because you have time to verify the data and then forward to them.
Okay, what's your story? Next certificate
I said it is purely government of India for the service alone. We don't have any collaboration with them.
Back ఒకటి
So how that
ఈ రెండు అప్లోడ్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది
starts from?
తీసుకున్నా మళ్ళీ అంతే
So how the student enroll? This is the complete workflow. So if you understand, it will be very easy. First, student enrollment as student examination. Once they enroll, those student information will come to the institution login. Before that, your institution should have been enrolled and then verified, approved. If it is approved, those student data will come to the institution dashboard. You have to verify the students and approve. Once it is approved, establishment will raise a contract. Either establishment identified by the board or establishment identified by the institution. You can also identify institution. They have to enroll in the portal and then they can create those. Once the contract is created, it will go to the student dashboard. Students have to accept. That is the last step there. And then we will verify the contract and we will issue the contract number. And you can see the status in your login, whatever the institution is. Where the contract is created, whether the contract is approved, whatever you can see that. And if it is spelled to, institution have to re-enter. You already has completed spell 1 and you have to initiate the spell 2. And then we will issue the contract. Right, this is the ADP process. So students is enrolling, you are verifying the data. Either we forward the candidates to the industries or you can also forward. Industry has to raise the contract, we will approve the contract, and once approved, we will follow that, ask the industries to record the attendance, and then we will give the stipend to them. However, I also request the coordinator can monitor, because what is the challenge here when we have experience? Because students always students. They will be behaving as institution, as like institution in the establishment. Where I have a very bad experience. Even one person, one candidate, completed BTech and he is doing apprenticeship training in FACT. FACT is a government target. Okay, whereas scenario, he has beaten the training of. So because students is always student, so for that reason, he requests the coordinator also communicate or interact or coordinate with the industries. How the students are doing the training. You go and check that. You can also be alone. You can also go there and see how the students are performing and record their rankings also. You can go there. And also we are making provision that the coordinator can assess the student during the training. Right? So this is the institution enrollment process. So what is the prerequisite? Approval document from the competent statutory department, that means your UGC approval, whatever, if you know whatever it may be, state government approval, you have to upload that. And then the person who is going to coordinate for this program has mobile number and email ID, because all this communication will be taking place to the respective person. And then eligibility. Any academic institution approved by the competent statutory bodies. Any academic institution approved by the either UGC or AIC. That is the mandate. If you have this check is done, then you can start enrolling in the maths.education.gov.in. Pick institute as registered, and then we will verify all this information and we will approve it. And then you will become the stakeholder. You can see the students who are interested for samples. So I I'll show you that in actual portal. So what are the documents required for student enrollment? Because students know we have to guide how to enroll as a SAMI student. So for them, what is the document required here? First, photograph. So the photograph should be clearly visible because it will be printing in the contract form. First document is photograph. And second, Aadhaar card. Because for getting DBT, Aadhaar card is mandatory. And they have to enter the Aadhaar card directly in the column provided. And also they have to upload the copy of the Aadhaar. PDF copy. And then marks sheet of previous semester because it is required. For example, some students who may discontinue the courses, they may also enroll. And then we have to ensure the candidate is in line. For that reason, previous semester mark sheet you have to upload. And then bank passbook. So we'll validate the account details for the bank details because whatever the bank they provide, to them only we will pay the government side. And mobile number of the candidate is mandatory or OTP verification or any communication. And then email ID of the personal email ID of the candidate, it is mandatory. And then their address. Then they have to enter the bank account details in the portal correctly because most of the students they are doing mistake. So you can monitor them and guide them how to enter the bank account details correctly. So let me explain that in the DBT process. And then this is the steps. So one page enrollment form where they can go and click the statistics register. First thing will be verified. OTP will be verified to the email IDs as well as mobile OTP. Both verification will be done. And then they have to enter the details, complete information, and they can review what are the details entered in this form. If anything they can change, and they can submit. Okay, then once it is done, then they will get the username and password. User ID. User ID is normally starts with A. For A and B, it starts with B. If it is a regular apparatus, the user ID starts with A. If it is a ADB, sandwich pattern, it starts with the B. And followed by the state. If it is Telangana, TL, if it is Andhra Pradesh, it is A. So the enrollment ID of this candidate will be for the ADP program PTL. Okay. So, and another stakeholder establishment. So you can also introduce this link to the establishment nearby, those who are already helping you in your areas. For them, how to enroll. So these are the documents required: the company logo, and the company registration certificate, and the PAN, the structural training module, which means they have to prepare one-page training module stating that which areas they are going to train these apprentices, and the company's bank account details, and the latest IT return, and their head office and unit address with the manpower count. Because manpower based on the manpower count only we decide about the number of this process, if the establishment is already in hands, no need to do it. If you are going to interview some establishment, so I can say one example, the Apollo pharmacy is not in our scheme. Medplus is not in our scheme. So as an institution, you already have a long relationship with them. You can inform them to enroll in as further. We have already onboarded hospitals. If your nearby hospital is not in the list, you can ask them to enroll. This is a yes. They can do it. You can make them. Because easy now, but the students will be getting training nearby. Yeah, that is easy. Yeah, that is rural area. Furthermore, we are giving this presentation to the professors because you can easily, you are already coordinating with those industries, right? Establishments you are coordinating with them. So furthermore, it is easier for them to on. What is the benefit they will get? No, they will get stipend contribution from the government. They can also claim CSR, corporate social responsibility funds also in that. So we will explain to them to the establishment. If they implement the scheme, it will be useful for them. And for taking these apprentices, no need to pay ESA, no labor laws applicable. So it is really helpful for the industry. So you can explain this as program so that they will easily. So what is the role of establishments here? They have to collaborate or select the apprentices by their own self of institution or board. They have to pay the stipend before 10th of every month. That is the junction. They have to complete the transactions, like the attendance on time after paying the stipend. And then leave eligibility. Leave is also eligible for these apprentices as per the company policy. If the company is giving 8 days here, those leave is applicable for the apprentices. And then Government Compensation Act will be following for any kind of accidents in the factory or hospital. Hours can be decided by the training establishment. So it is purely leave and duration of training or whether they can put in the shift, everything they can decide. Only thing if they are putting them into the night shift, some supervisor should be there to monitor. And there is a consent letter. They have to get a consent letter from the apprentice who work in the night shift. So they can also do overtime also. They can get consent before they are. So without consent, they should not allow them to work overtime as per the level.
Maximum hours, sir. Maximum hours.
Yeah, that's what. When they are going for any industry, insisting them to do a night shift, they have to give a consent that I am willing to work as a night shift. If they are not willing, they should not make a compulsion. It is not mandatory. Because what Act is stated as per the company's normal working hours. If the company is working for 3 shifts, it is a normal working hour. Right? So that is a loophole. So that is why we are asking the student, the industry to get the consent from the student before deploying them for night shift or extra overtime hours. Right?
Whether apprenticeship act is applicable or not, some of the agencies are not coming under apprenticeship. So how we can apply apprenticeship act on this?
That is what statutory compliance. What we are doing, we have collected the data from corporate office, list of corporate office. We are sending show cause notice to all the establishments, hospitals, institutions. I think your institution also might have taken some letter from us. You have to engage apprentices. If you are not engaging, we may impose fine penalty. So we have started. It is a mandate. If they employ more than 4, it is mandatory they have to.
Say, for girls, different things are there for boys also can do timing or not as per apprenticeship act.
No, not like that. Apprentices Act is telling as per the company normal working hours. You mean IT only they have some girls and boys. No. Apprentices Act is telling working hours as per the company normal working hours. If the company is working on shift, there is no how we can decide normal working hours. So for that reason, students are not supposed to work in the overtime or night shift. If the students are willing, they can get the consent and they can do.
Company policy.
Company policy. Any establishment, it may be institution, hospital, I said no, retail sector, even the transport corporation, PGSRTC, they are taking apprentices, they are taking 500 apprentices every year. PWD is taking apprentices, and then electricity board is taking apprentices. Bharat Dynamics Limited is taking apprentices. Lot of companies, it is mandatory. No, that implies one. Yeah. For now, AGSA is not mandatory for any accident, the open compensation there.
For any
It is not mandatory. Not mandatory, but if establishment willing to do, they can do. Not mandatory. The main objective, main benefit of NATS is no labor cost, no ESI, no PF. So, we are not insisting to pay any insurance, but however, 70 to 80% of establishments are paying ESI per hour. We are not objecting to it.
go to this menu and then they will search. All the information entered by the student will come and they will create contract. Once contract is created, it will go to students. So here institution role is required. Once the establishment a company created contract, students have to log in and immediately accept it. They can download the contract form also there. So the contract form will have the terms and conditions as per the apprenticeship. So once it is accepted, they started paying. So this is the contract number we will issue once the contract is approved. So it's very important because where the coordinator role is very important in DBT. So what is DBT is nothing but direct benefit transfer. For these students, they have to get this benefit on time. So for that, institution has to make a manual over here to ensure the data is correct. Because for DBT, these three processes is very important. First, you have to verify the student's bank account details, what they enter in the enrollment form, as well as their copy, hard copy. Because students will do technical error or something like that. To ensure the bank account details are correctly entered. And second, the bank account should be linked with the Aadhaar. 90 to 95% banks are doing it right now, but if it is a old account, there is a possibility that it is not linked with Aadhaar. That is second step. Third, that account should be DBT enabled. DBT means direct benefit transfer. For that, what form is that? If you go SBI, that KYC form or something like that, you can give. Ask the student to give to the bank. They will enable this scheme from that one.
Whatever they are doing, they are going for the entry into NAS, within their choice or will restrict
Anything is to the scheme.
I have a student
Self is a pretty
to attend NAS. So for the they will continue. Some point they want to play it. You are
No. See, here it's a very good question, sir. So if a student has joined the apprenticeship program and then he left in between he has exit, what is the, as I think you have to tell that, sir, because
student not the organization asking.
organization they cannot exit. They cannot exit. Because it is a statutory compliance. What will happen if the company gets closed down? That in that scenario, what we will do, there is a novation of contract. We will accommodate those students to other companies related to that. That is our responsibility. If they are doing training in chemical, some kind of chemical related job, if the company is closed down for some reason, those students will immediately identify nearby companies, we will accommodate them. For the remaining, that is we call it as novation of contract. That is very good question. And also the student cannot exit because you are going to give some credits because it is a curriculum based. They cannot exit. But they can go for medical leave. That should be approved by the institution. Okay, that is approved by the principal and as well as mutual agreement between the institution as well as the company.
Whether the student comes under insurance coverage during the apprenticeship?
Yeah, apprenticeship program is an open competition. If the industry wants to pay insurance, they can pay. We don't have any.
Sir, in any extraordinary cases, if student exit during apprenticeship program,
It is like, if they exit from the final year, what will happen? You are not going to give assessment for the same. Because here we are going to bring the coordinator for assessing them at the end of the semester.
next year, can they continue next year?
They can finish. There is an amendment of contract is there. It is like RES. They are going for a medical leave. Some reason 6 months. Up to 6 months they can get the training extended. 3 months they completed. 3 months they can complete after 6 months. That provision is there. And then only you are going to award the degree. So because the certain credits are going to count the marks. Yeah, the same account can be used. Same account. Yes, they can go for a medical leave, which means
Second, I think they can go 1 week medical leave. It is acceptable in the company. If it is more than that, amendment of contract should come. So amendment means whatever the period is not attended, he is supposed to attend 6 months. He has to attend 6 months. For accident or some kind of surgery, they can go up to 6 months. That 6 months will be extended. Whatever the period is to claim, that leave period will be extended. The training will be extended for the remaining days.
Was also extended.
Extended. Then only you can get the award or degree whatever. But there is no 70% attendance, 60% attendance, no such scenarios here. If the training is, they have not done the training on a particular number of days, it will be extended only. Okay. But leaves are allowed, leaves as well as medical leaves are allowed as per the company policy. If the company policy may permitting them 7 days medical leave, 6 days here, they can take 30 days leave. After that, if they take even 1 day, the contract will be extended for the next day. So the end date of training will be changed. And maximum 2 times only it can be amended, it can be extended. That same also we have, only 2 times it can be extended. Yeah. So I think this previously some people have asked what is DPT illustration. So have some scenarios. The stipend is 50,000 per month. I think 30 days in a month. So the employer contribution is 10,500. Government will pay 4,000. And second scenario, loss of pay. If the candidate is on leave without approval, exceeded the leave, then 1 day will be allowed to be deducted. So 10,150 will be contribution by the employer, 4,350 will be our part. If the employer is to collect some fees for canteen or transport, and they can deduct that, and then their contribution will be 9,700, and the government will be 4,000. These are the possible scenarios when full attendance and with the loss of pay with some deduction. So some of our STP clients who are taking more apprentices in Telangana, we have Deparment and these laboratories, Digitide, Dr. ND's lab, Apollo Pharmacy, Infra, SRTC, Power Dimensions Limited, and we have HAL, and then we have Airport is taking apprentices. These are all really more number of apprentices than we have. So, yeah, that in my email portal I will show you. There is a possibility if industries posted that way, they can apply. Okay. Otherwise, because 60 students accommodating in one industry is not possible. So we have to give some list of companies where you have to follow it. For any kind of portal related support, you can reach and support AICP. And for DPP support, DPP cell and more diamond is not given. And then for another DPP cell is also there. LDC 04. This is my contact details. So for any queries, you can please share your over.
Sir.
Sir, please.
I will put finally let me go to the study.
The previous slide, sir, please once again. The next slide.
Rajamavadi.
Mobile number 9710 86 9715. Because we are not displaying the mobile number because some situations this placement officers and even staffs, companies they are giving to the students. Students they are calling the meeting 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. So even morning 4 o'clock. So for that reason only we are 1086 You can contact the landline number. We have support team. They will help you on that. Any issues you can reach me through mobile number. We are also planning to have an official mobile number. Then we will be able to off. This will be working on working hours. This will be switched on working hours. Because I have very worst scenario where I have attended 1,000 calls in a day. I have attended 1,000 calls in a day. It was happening in Kerala. Okay. So any small problem, no, they used to they have published the mobile number in the website itself. One job where it was happening. So in that scenario, no, it is very difficult to handle those calls.
Sir, basic students will be provided apprenticeship near their colleges. Like ours is the Sangarani College
Okay.
located. So where they will be given this apprenticeship course in logistics.
Industries there are.
Yeah.
So
So is
depends
the
on
location of the industry.
course depends on the course. Which course they are taking.
PFSI.
No. BFSI is a sector. So you mean
BCom PFSI.
BCom BFSI. Okay. BFSI. So in that case, we can approach financial institutions. Broad rate is here. Broad rate is already we have discussed onboarding BCom students over there. And then a lot of financial institutions are.
Because most of the students are getting out, so at the time of apprenticeship, where we are.
Yeah. That we have. We give you some list of institutions, organizations. We'll accommodate from there. Okay. Accordingly, we will. But only thing here, you have to categorize. Some companies will pay 10,000. Some companies will pay 20,000.
Oh.
And how you are going to accommodate the students in those industries, that is your challenge. Okay, because all students are not higher pay range.
Around this stuff.
You follow the allotment apprenticeship.
So we are insisting only 9,000 to pay, for the establishment to pay 9,000.
Minimum.
Voluntarily, companies are coming and forward and they are paying 10,000. In that case, we don't have any option. If you are having any difficulty, then we have to make it like a round robin system in the system. So they can apply and system can shortlist. That is how we have to.
Company wants to register, what is the capacity of company? Otherwise, whether it is micro, medium, anything.
Any establishment. I said the only criteria is they are having more than 4 employees. They can take up. You can go up to 9. Different areas. Lab technicians, lab assistants, medical assistants, front office technicians. And you have to enroll as establishment. Yeah, I will show you the terms. Yes, because you are here, you are not an institution, you are an establishment.
Sir, can it be possible to show some practical illustration of registration process?
Yeah, we start it now.
Now, so that it will be easy for
Yeah,
us.
that is why you know, when we do it.
పైన ప్రెస్ చేయండి. National Apprenticeship Max.
snapshot first, and then I'll take you further enrollment. If there be any doubt, you will ask. He is my colleague. He is also from Board of Apprenticeship Training. He is seated in Hyderabad office. Awesome time.
రావే మేడం పైనుంచి వస్తున్నాడు రాజమౌళి వర్క్ డిస్టర్బెన్స్ అని పైన బిస్కెట్ కూడా రాదు వాడు డబ్బా పట్టుకొని తిరిగి వాడు
బిస్కెట్
నిన్న అదే వాడికి తెచ్చిండు అని ఈయన
అక్కడ ఉంది మేడం 846198 అదే పక్క
As of now, any doubts, sir? It is very difficult to take class to the teachers.
ఇంకోటి ఇదిగో సార్
అలాగైంది
So first step for institution registration. So this is the home page where you can click institution for registration. Scroll down. And then you have two options like institution register and login. So first you have to click institute register. Madam, I'll send you this document to you. Okay. I'll ask the coordinator, madam, to send you. They will send you the okay. Don't worry, we'll send all these things for your understanding only. So, as I said, no, fill all the institution details, and in the bottom there is a submit. So, what is the institution detail? Already we have collected institution data from your UGC as well as AICT. We have around 40,000 institutions added in our database already. Right. You can select your institution, automatically all the information will come in the form. You check and then you can submit. If any change is there, then you can send a request to us. We will change. For example, principal may have been changed, or placement officer or coordinator, that you can change. And then if you want to change, you can send a. If you have credentials, you can use it, or you can send it to us. We will update. For example, principal at univ.ac.in, on email ID you have registered. If you have that email ID access, you can go and reset the password and use it later, because already you have migrated your data. If the registered email ID is correct, you can open the email ID and then here go to the portal and use the reset option. And the link will be sent to the registered email ID. You can reset that account and use later. Okay, that provision we already made it. In that, after logging in, you can go and update the profile. If you want to change the principal or training placement officer or chairman details or management details, you can change it. If any difficulties, you can send a mail to us. We will update from our end.
Clear? It is very simple. After successful registration, we will send the activation link. So like this. Okay, please click the activation link to activate your account. Come down. Save and continue. Okay, come. So once you complete everything, preview, go to preview, save and continue. So here very important. So whichever the course you are conducting, please enter into the enrollment form. In case there is a possibility for AEDP program, at least for AEDP program, you have to enter the course name exactly as per the course curriculum. If it is BCom BFSI or BCom taxation or BCom computer science, something like that, you have to enter the number of strength. What is the strength intake exactly? And then for approval of that AEDP program, that copy you have to upload. So this is very important part. You have to enter the course correctly, as well as the approval copy, as well as the intake, number of intake, because this data is required for us to arrange the training. We have to coordinate with industries. Intake will be higher, right? So it is better to have an intake, because you should not cross. Sometimes that if it is in between also some students are joining. What is the intake? You enter the intake. See, that is okay. That is not a problem, because we want intake. It will be lesser. No, admission will be lesser. That is good. But if we enter 16 and later on if it is increased to 30, it is difficult. For that you enter intake. Institution enrollment is only once. Okay, once you have activated your account, if you are leaving that college, please share that information to the another new coordinator or principal, so that the continuity will be there. There is a plus button, you can add one by one. Multiple courses you add. At least for ATP program, whatever the course is approved, you enter that. That is enough. Okay. And then you maintain a file and keep all these credentials, all these details in the file. If you are moving to some other college or transfer, you can hand over the file to the next person, because the continuity will be there. What was happened, because this information is not correctly communicated, same institution registered twice, so which cannot be accessed. So for that reason I am telling, maintain a file and keep it as a record. What is the username, password, what are all the courses approved, like that you can make a file. It will be easier for you to communicate to others. Next. So once you enter all the information, preview button is there. Once everything is okay, then you can submit. Scroll down. Yeah, scroll down. So after this we have approval process. We'll take 1 or 2 days. Immediately we'll approve. State institution and all. There is no any cross verification. We'll check with our AICT UGC database and then we'll approve it. Once the approved is once it is approved, the status will be changed. Scroll down. So this is the dashboard. After approval, your dashboard will be like this. It has all the information. Total pass out student, how many students applied for apprenticeship, how many undergoing, how many is pending for approval. Everything you can track it. Scroll down. So first step, in the menu, institution menu, you can have options like sandwich enrollment, sandwich verification. So this is the part where you are going to start for apprenticeship, AEDP apprenticeship program. Once you log in, inform the students to enroll first. Once the student is enrolled, automatically those information will come under sandwich verification option. Scroll down. If you click, all the information you can see like this, with the student name, where you can click the view profile and see student's data, everything whatever is entered is correct. And there is an option called approve. Approve button will be there. Here this candidate is not filled the information, so it is showing like partially filled. So if it is completely filled, then you will have option to approve. View profile and approve. That's all. problem. Student don't have, not having edit option. See, once the student completes the enrollment, it will come to you. If you find some information to be updated from the student, you can do seek clarification. Three options are there. One is approve, seek clarification, reject. First scenario, candidate details are correct, everything is fine, you can approve. Candidate details is mismatched, account details not correctly entered. You can do seek clarification with the remarks, please update the bank account details correctly. And student is not eligible, he is not attended the required number of days, or he is incomplete, or not attending the colleges. Then straight away you can reject. Because student enrollment is open to all, anybody can enroll. On your name, passed out students also can enroll. So for that reason, reject option is also provided. Okay. So once you click approve, then process successfully. Then he is ready for apprenticeship training. You can also see the enrollment ID. Student also can see the enrollment ID. You can send this information to companies. They will create contract. So companies, we will take care of it. How to create contract and all. Once the industry is onboarded to them, we will give them a training. They will do it from there. Okay. Scroll down. So status also you can see contract status. What is the status? Whether contract is approved, whether contract is completed. So all status you can track in your log. I will log in as an institution and show you. This is a screenshot. Anybody doing spell 2 here? Spell 2 spells. Right now we have one plan of one new one, right? Spell 2 is also there. Okay.
We need to create at least 40 credits.
40 credits. So what is the scenario? That is what I want to understand. Whether the spell 1 and spell 2 will be continuous or
Continuous.
continuous, then we can make it as 1 year also, sir.
Yes, that's
Okay. Oh, if it is continuous 1 year, we can make it as 1 year. We have to identify 2 different companies or else.
1 year is only better, sir. But so it's also matching.
Yeah.
Also to tally.
Yes.
Everything is perfect.
Yeah, 1 year is fine. That don't make it as spell 2, because in polytechnic how it will happen? No, they will do training in 6th semester and 8th semester like that. So here, if it is continuous, we can make it as a 1 spell.
Continuous, sir.
Hence spell 2 is not required. Come to the student enrollment. That's close point. Student enrollment, we are showing that also, how the student enrollment will be. No, it's the final year. Because they are going to be training in 7th semester, right? Three years only, no? Okay. In that case, you have to initiate this in the 4th semester. If it is 1 year, if it is 6 months,
Institution registration first year.
that you can do it immediately. So I request all the institutions to do the registration immediately. Because that is mandatory, sir, for signing MOU and all, no? It will be easier.
Please listen carefully. So as per SAR instructions, first we need to complete institution login. Then we go for second step is MOU.
Yeah. If institution is enrollment is completed, work is easy. You can immediately start.
We face a problem, our card is not showing once we are registered. Card is not affecting the student login.
Student have to apply now. So first student have to enroll.
So I tried both institution and its part is over.
Okay.
Now as a treated as student, I give my data. My card is not reflecting the student.
Not updating there. So when your college is registered, sir?
I tried for
Yeah. So, sir, scenario, the college is already enrolled, but students are not able to view the college name. Why? Because you have not given approval. We have to approve, sir. Only approved institutions only the student can able to see.
So in Telangana, I selected a state Telangana. Only Sardar Patel totally showing it in Telangana.
Yeah. So you can log in my.
విన్నాడు ఈ సెషన్ పెట్టేస్తాయి పెట్టారు ఓకే మళ్ళీ వాడు ఎక్స్చేంజ్ సార్ పెడితే
అయిపోయినాక ఇక్కడ పంపించు.
See that it's also telling, sir, we have added one more entity. For access assessment, number of data, we are MOU with the outfits of export data. Under case, like we submitted data, Asian data, app data, last week we need to maintain quota. Right, that's a serious.
చేయలేదా అండర్ ప్రాసెస్
That has already enrolled in the portal as institutions. So we are enrolled on 20 November 2024 with the graduate scheme, etc. It is not approved, so it is pending at our level. If it is approved, then only student able to choose the approved only certificate. So for that now, once you enroll, you send a mail to us immediately on the same week. If you want to see the profile of college,
తెలంగాణ హైదరాబాద్
the college belongs to Standard details, and then training and placement officer details, under email ID, mobile number. And then they are selected for tourism and travel, DBA. So here you can add more courses, whichever applicable for this AED program. Because later on addition is very easy. When you at the time of approval itself, you want to add yes, there is an option called plus button will be there. You can plus and add.
Can you show it?
So here any doubts, sir? Any institution? This one will be in the enrollment form because this is enrollment is completed.
కంప్లీటెడ్
So one more request is that the current offering 238 program, who will bring the submitted data? That's one more ending, right? So what we can do is we convince the principal, appoint one convener to look after boards. Under board, whatever the courses are there, course coordinate, we will submit the data. But otherwise, 4 members log in, 4 credentials, payment room, data identification, data approval. Only one, anyone. It depends purely customization, sir. The purely customization, only one person can be for this work.
కరెంట్ ఇయర్ మన కొత్త కోర్స్ అప్లోడ్ చేయాలి.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir? Then we can add. We can write that we can add.
Edit option.
Edit option. The thing is, if you put in a 60 intake, the student will be 10 or 20, but as our CCA given every report 60 intake, right? So we'll give the 60 students intake. The absorption will give as per our enrollment.
ఓకే
It's better. And see that is appointing one placement officer as per this portal. They are asking for which employment officer.
So here employment officer in a TSKC is there, but we are not part of the TSKC. AEDP is separate, and those are communal treated as a placement officer for this board. Ma'am? Chairman is the principal. Chairman principal. So we see that institution login through principal login only, but we get the data. The name of the principal, right, the institution. Whoever the principal, see the person name is there. And we give the principal number, principal email ID, along with our email ID or number.
And here it is important. So whether you are giving the graduate, what are the general scheme details, that is also not mandatory. But the sandwich AEDP information, whichever the courses approved for AEDP, please enter. Later on it cannot be added. See, if you wish to add what are the courses, first option is first row will be like what are the courses studying within the institution. That can be choose, you can choose one or two, that is not an issue. But what are the courses you are going to do for AEDP, that is mandatory, you have to add all the courses with the intake.
Sir, this year 3 courses are running. Next year it may be added.
That we can specifically you can raise a request to us, we'll add it. We'll add it. Initially, whatever you getting approved of that same year, only the 3 courses will be, 3 courses will be given up.
So institutional ID, I took my Asia code. Asia code, I took my Asia code, and also we need to upload one letter, right? View letter is mandatory field. So what I did is I will take a letter from principal. So this is principal certifying that we are offering these 82 programs in a sheet, single sheet. Then we upload this all the code applicable. So we need to upload letter, right? Mandatory field attached who are upload these programs. So as per CC instruction, principal approve, right? Write a formal letter, then take the principal signature, we'll upload this document.
Sorry, one doubt. The autonomous colleges implement చేయాలి. So
We were asking, we were number ID.
Sir, what is my big ID, sir?
Unique Asian data, Asian code Asian code is someone Asian. Asia code, sir. Asian code so we need to take a letter from the principal. These colleges offering this program is the intake. Then we need to upload the file. Usman University. Hyderabad University is uploading.
Unique code is not important factor, sir. See, if it is a government organization, we will not see the unique code. That is not mandatory. You use some reference ID. That's all. Whatever the upload document you uploaded, there will be some code will be there. You enter that. Okay. It is not a deciding factor. Okay. So how many of them are private colleges? Private. So for them only we check some checks and balances. We will try to check that. But for government colleges we don't normally see any important verification and all.
Current academic college time limit unda?
Time limit is enrollment. There's no time limit. So now I will show you one institution which is approved. This is the institution. It is in the live portal now. That the institution is Government Institute of Chemical Engineering, Visakhapatnam. They are the leading pioneer in implementing sandwich program. They are doing it for long time. Yes. And then see, total pass out students is 2,438. Sandwich they registered 469. And currently this year 60 people have applied for apprenticeship and ongoing apprenticeship. Right now applying means that sandwich advertisement students can apply. Somebody has asked whether the student can apply. Yes, they can apply. Those information the institution can give. And then ongoing, 286 people are ongoing in different organizations. RANL and then Kajaria some of the companies in Andhra Pradesh they are putting. And then completed, 30 people completed as on date, and then as on date this current financial year. So now there is a menu, sandwich. Sandwich includes the second option. Sandwich bulk registration. Sandwich registration. Bulk, we are also planning to bring the bulk enrollment for students. That will be coming in shortly. So that you can upload after the students are 50 students are taken. So this is the details. So now you can see the student information.
Entries.
Rate of admission is 180, but he is applying 2025 in passed out 2020. But still he is applying for apprentice.
Data migrated over to old. This institution is taking for a long time. You are migrated some data. The data like they come down to that new profile for the Ramakrishna student. Okay, so that candidate is under progress. Status is under progress. Remaining not completed. Partially so we see that one candidate Ramakrishna. So it is pending with the institution. See the status. You have to do. If you have not done this, student cannot come for the training. Okay. So pending with the institution, you have to be properly. Yeah, please proceed. So you can see all the students' information. What is the rate of answer, category. You can see that most of the students are doing mistakes here. Other number and whatever they upload. So if everything is fine, you can do very well. Okay. If any mistake, you can seek clarification. So seek clarification which has a remarks, you have to enter what is the information wrongly entered by the candidate. They can log in again and they can see. Because each student user ID password will be generated immediately once they complete the course. They can log in, they can update it. And then if it is wrongly, some students are wrongly enrolled, you can reject them. If everything is fine, then you can. So when you are clicking approve, please ensure the data is correct. All informations are verified because we are giving this responsibility to the institution. So any doubt here, sir? This is on the dashboard. You have all these options.
Sir, is student is open only National Bank or Gramina Bank is also accepted?
All banks are.
All banks are.
All nationalized approved banks are.
Okay. NAP is asking NAP say that NAP sir. NAP say that they won't accept the rural banks sir.
No, we are the private banks.
Except rural banks.
They will get access immediately. There is no approval. Sir, once student enroll, they can immediately log in and do it. Once you seek clarity, they can log in and update the information. Whatever they given wrongly, they can update. The provision is there.
Sir, ma'am is asking one more doubt, sir. When you log in institution, is our course is not showing under specifications, what we can do? We selected sandwich, we selected AEDP, under there are so many courses are there.
So for that you have to send a mail to en.officer@board-srp.com. It's my email ID. I will add the course. New course I can add. If you take 1 or 2 days, we will add the new courses. You have to send the name with the approval copy. The course name and it is got approved.
ये भी आपके
So as of now, I have shown the institution enrollment form and what is your role in institution. Student approval. Very good. Next we will go to the student enrollment. Okay.
రావాల్సిందే సార్
they have to choose sandwich student register. First, mobile number and email ID will be verified. Please ask the student to enroll use the personal email ID because certificate will be issued to their personal email. This question is mandatory. We have to ensure that are you pursuing the course? We have to say yes. If no, if the student mark no, then they are not eligible. So you are not allowed to proceed further. And then next name, date of birth, Aadhaar number. They have to upload the copy of the Aadhaar without any mask. That is very important. Without any mask, they have to upload their. The state state, Telangana, Andhra, and then district, and then institution name automatically is popping up. Okay, if institution name is not district, we can earn it. But around 40,000 institutions are there. Will be there. Password. They have to choose the password. Once they submit, they can log in. Using that, they can log in. They have to upload the basic information. The latest mark sheet, and then what is the marks they have recently semester they got. All this information they have to upload. They have to enter the personal address, permanent address, and location preference, which location they want. But they are mostly trying to give it nearby location. But sometimes it is not possible to give based on the location they have kept. And then once you enter all these information, bank account details. Here, the student has to enroll the correct bank account details with the correct bank, because some students are having two bank accounts. So they are uploading, they are entering one information, uploading another bank copy. So we are facing such issues. So ensure that they are entering the correct information. And some students, they are uploading their parents, brothers, sisters bank account. That is not allowed because DBT is purely personal information is required. So once they enter the final subject. So it will come to the institution for verification. Who are going to verify and approve. So once you approve, they can able to see this status. They can apply, they can accept contract. This is the student enrollment. Very simple form. Even all the students are doing it in mobile only. So students will not face any difficulty. Only we have to guide them. You enter the class information. Yeah. If they are starting in 5th semester, it should be in 2nd. If only 6th semester, then 5th semester. Depends on the duration of training. It is 6 months. Then in the last semester, 7th semester, this is 5th semester, they have to, because engineering is 8th semester, we want to release it. Institution immediately you can do that.
As of
because
now.
I request all these institutions should enroll by next week. Okay, sir, how sir? If they enroll now,
Yes, sir.
I will approve next week, sir.
Sir, sir is a state coordinator, sir, for any program.
No, sir.
From college education, sir.
Yeah.
Sir will send a circular for all
Yeah.
agencies.
You can write my name and mobile number for any support. Right. So immediately, please, all institutions immediately enroll, whether you are going to enroll AEDP or not. Better to have an account. And then make a separate file, that is very important. With the, what is the username, password, who is the coordinator, who is the principal, their contact number, email ID. Okay, that is very important. Institution, we are facing the similar issues. Placement officers, coordinators are keep on changing. So in that case, the institution coming and asking, sir, we don't have that information. Who has registered, we don't know. That email ID, we don't have any access, like that. So please maintain a file, record everything. So that is a SOP, complete information from institution enrollment, student enrollment, contract creation, recording attendance, and discussing the stipend,
documents in the coordinator, whether we can circulate for it. We'll start this exercise. So right now we can see any institution we can able to enroll. So if you have any information ready, we can try to enroll any institution.
డాక్యుమెంట్స్ కావాలి అంతే కదా మ్యాథ్స్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ మన దగ్గర
Anybody wants to register it's a testing portal only. If you want to try your institute, you can see now.
కరీం డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ పెద్దపల్లి
This is the home page.
చిన్నపల్లి చూడండి
గవర్నమెంట్ డిగ్రీ కాలేజ్ గోదావరి గవర్నమెంట్ డిగ్రీ కాలేజ్ గోదావరి
లేదంట
Any other college, sir? Sir, it's not there, sir. We will add.
హైదరాబాద్
లేవండి ఇష్టం
Except ST college, sir. Except ST college.
Sir, it's testing portal.
సార్ హైదరాబాద్ వివేకానంద గవర్నమెంట్ డిగ్రీ కాలేజ్ వివేకానంద
Vivekananda Degree College, Kukatpalli or
సీతాఫల్మండి
Kuthamalpalli, yeah. Is that
విద్యానగర్
Government, sir. Government.
government? Year of inception, starting year of starting.
ఏదో ఒకటి కొట్టండి డాక్యుమెంట్స్ అవన్నీ అప్లోడ్ చేస్తేనే కదా రిజిస్టర్ అయితే జనరల్గా టెస్టింగ్ కోసం ఇది బెటర్ కొట్టాడు
Institution big course, sir.
5,44,000 విద్యానగర్ విజయనగరే
Training placement of sir, you
టెస్టింగ్ కోడ్ ఇదే పాస్వర్డ్ ఉంటుంది మాకు ఇది
చూపిస్తున్నాడు రిజిస్టర్ కొట్టడానికి
So now
Testing is
the email verification will be done. So institute enrolled successfully, please the activity.
Congrats, sir. Congrats.
What is testing for the So this is our next step will be asking the principal, chairman meeting and the course center. And you have to upload the upload copy and finally submit.
Okay.
So now we have covered institution enrollment, student enrollment and how to approve the students. That's all. There is no any other role of institutions in the ADP.
How we can connect with the establishment, sir? How our student can connect with the establishment?
Student, that part, we have to work it out because which way, how many industries are you have from your you have to ask them for okay. And then if you don't have any
Vivekananda degree card.
you can send those requests to us, we will forward to the establishment. So also college having 60 people in they want training in logistic department. So we'll forward, you also write a request letter, we will also write a letter to them, which from this date they have to start the training and they will immediately on.
So can you choose our own establishment, sir, nearby our college?
You can choose, but opportunity is less. Students are less.
Oh.
In that case, we cannot narrow down that.
Move it.
Yeah, that the policy you have, college has to create because see, one company will give 10,000, one company will give only 9,000, one company will give 50,000. Then there will be a comparison between the students that your department principal has to take care of. So which way you are going to forward?
The even organization should have interest for enrollment.
Yeah. So organization, if you are not able to convince them, you share the address to us. We will send the showcase notice. We will send the showcase. We have power. We have we even our officers can enter any industry without their approval. If they are not allowing us, we can send penalty notice next day. By seeing our ID card, they have to allow us in any industry. It may be outside as whatever industry. If they are not allowing, we can send a notice next day. And if they are not responding to our showcase notice, there is a penalty. We can put penalty. That recently it was changed. Before it was imprisonment. Now only they changed it to penalty. Last 2019 before it was imprisonment. So if you are approaching some industry, they are not following, then you can send just address alone. We will send the showcase notice next day. Because they have to help the community. And nearby they have to support us. Because it is an act. It is not optional or it is not a only thing they have to ensure that manpower is more than 4.
So are they submitted a registration form, Aadhaar card, institution has all these establishments. GS registration, any specifications are required or? Suppose if I am a Peddapalli, one more company is there, the people are need to provide opportunity to our students.
So this is required.
Sir.
Company logo,
Okay.
company registration certificate, and PAN stamp copy they have. Training module. So which area they are going to do training, one page is enough. Then you can also help them to prepare. And company bank account details, and then latest IT return, and then it office unit office return. If these are the information, manpower details, if they have this information, they can easily enroll. Yes. Yes, definitely. What they will do, they will actually asking all the companies to post their advertisement. So what will happen? No? For example, you are going to take some sandwich program, ADP program for BCom BFSI example. And some industry is interested to take BCom BFSI. They can post the advertisement by using the ADP button. Whoever student enrolled in BCom BFSI, this information will be published to them. They can apply. In that information, which has company name, company address, what is the stipend, what is the duration, all information. Online. They can see. The student can see.
Then log
they can log in and see that. So that is, even for any companies paying more stipend, you can ask them to advertise in the portal, and they can conduct some exam also, because if they are paying 25,000, all students will fight for it. So let them conduct some interview or exam. Whoever pass, they can. That methodology we can.
Now we are in Asper.
So any other question?
Now, sir.
Sir, after semester end, how do you evaluate the students? And if there are 10 to 15 companies if we onboarded, so from all the 15 companies, how we can, college has to collect the marks, or you will collect it and you share?
Here there is no any marking system. What we are collecting from the industries. Industries will give number of days is present every month. At the end of the third month, it will ask what is their marks out of 5 in professional skills, in technical skills, like that some big skills, 3 attributes are there. Out of 5 they will mark 3, 4, 5, like that. Minimum 2 is required.
Okay, are there any reasons?
That institution will, the industry will do it.
Okay, are you conducting any exam?
No, we are not doing it.
No evaluation.
That who is the supervisor, training supervisor, they are going to enter the marks.
Evaluation may differ from industry to industry.
Yes. Some government organizations, they are very strict, they will not make 3, more than 3. But some private organization always for all people 5 they will.
If they give 0 marks or 1 mark, then how?
1 mark, they have to redo the training, but mostly it is not happening. Minimum 2 is required. But we are also planning to bring the assessment system for institution also. Soon we are going to introduce. Right now it is not there. We will bring that also.
That is the student.
Yeah. But however, the training coordinator, placement officer should go and talk to the industries and monitor the students regularly. At least once in a month, 2 weeks at a time, you can go and see how they are doing training. But anyhow, they can send any grievances. If the student is behaving wrong, the industry people will send a mail letter to us directly. If anything against the company policy, we may ask them to do termination also. Okay, that was also happened in the past.
How can we present transparency?
Transparency in selection. Transparency that training officer, supervisor has to do it. He has to justify how he is behaving in the training. He has to justify. We cannot do it because it is purely their on that training. No, because they have set up policies that we cannot do it.
They are not mentioning it. For example, our sector is different. So they did not mention anything about job roles. They can understand. And the students, after entering the industry, what they will be, they may sit under labor, they may sit under QC, they may be sit under the Deparment. So they will shift each and
It's better to have a because see, it is not a job, it's a training. So if they are not secure, but another scenario will come. What will happen? No? Some industry has taken 30 people. 15 people they are giving some job. 15 people they are giving an IT job. It means data entry. If you specifically mention the job role, the 15 people will not do the other job. Correct? No? Because student mentality is different. What they will say now, I have not asked for doing any IT job here. I want only to check the accounts. Like that they will tell. So if you narrow down now, student level narrow down is not basic. Because based on the experience actually, they should have multiple domain knowledge. Because this is not the job, this is the training. If they get training in multiple domains, that will be useful for them. Based on the experience.
their lack of worker thing, immediately they will capture the subject.
It's happening 100%. I agree, madam. You know, I have a scenario. I will tell you the example. So, diploma mechanical engineering, transport corporation, they are taking diploma in mechanical engineering for maintaining the buses, government buses. Okay. And then that we got a complaint from the student stating that my supervisor is asking me to apply the grease. Okay. To the whatever it may be tire or to the engine, whatever it may be. Then we called for an investigation. We called them, we gone there and then done some counseling. What was happened? And then the training mechanic supervisor is delayed. Sir, first day he has come to the training. He wants to know which is machinery where the grease should apply. So he has to start from the basic because he has whatever he studied in the college is different. Here, so on job training. First he has to know how to apply the grease. Then only we can take to the other paper. Then what do you say, madam? I accepted and came back. See, we cannot question industry. That is true, madam. Even though some industries, to very big industries, they are asked you to clean the machines first. Because you know how to clean. You know, CNC machine and all. There is a technique to clean. So he should know first that they should know about that. So we cannot question now. If you question these industries, they will not come forward to take apprentice. What will happen? Okay, student will be student, but we have to tell that is the job how to do that. Right? No agencies as Government of India is not authorizing any agency. Not any authorizing agency. You can directly talk to us. But some is supporting us, supporting. I think they are supporting, but they are not agency. So any other colleagues, sir? It's nice to have so many questions, sir. I am very happy to know. I have conducted more than 100 sessions. Okay, in last 10 years. But that is what I told you. Taking class to the teachers is very difficult. Yeah, very important, sir. It's nice to have this, everybody has this. Any doubt? Yeah, sir, please.
The student is detained due to shortage of attendance. So as per our private college rules, as per shortage of attendance, student will be detained, but they will join in next year, same semester. So the industry, can they continue same industry or contract letters will be cancelled? They will terminate. So how much time will be taken for re-onboarding the students?
The same thing. If he is continuing the next year, he has to start next year.
But the industry may not take the person.
No, not like that. We can ask them to take or we can find some other industry.
So in the morning we should be discussing the class in the research chamber. So ask me for more option. I will tell you personally. The Kerala model. Every issues are addressed.
No, that is better suggestion. Any more questions, sir? So for any queries, you can reach me, PL officer at board.sr.com. For SOS, you can talk to my mobile number. If it is not, you reach out, then you can message me. Only SOS. Please don't share with students.
Good afternoon, everyone. Afternoon. Of all AEDP participants, I want to propose vote of thanks.
Rajamouli.
Director and advisor to apprenticeship for both Telangana and AP. So we have been hearing from the morning all about the registration of NATS. We had several doubts and we got the clarification regarding NAT accreditation, how the institutes have to register, how the chairperson of this program, like our principals have to upload the letter to us. And regarding many queries, sir has answered and we got the doubts clear. We look forward, sir. If at all we have any doubts, we will contact you. And thank you so much, sir. Regarding the registration process, we got clarified all the doubts. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you all of you. Immediately please enroll so that we can make the approval at one shot.
Okay.
That is our success.
Thank you so much, sir. Now there is a registration process. And I request Department of Formally Managed Studies to please come up with
చేయిస్తారు.
So many government and faculty members have so many doubts in between also in the process. Please take our concern and respond. Discuss with the principal and other issues. Right? Please help sir and whenever we sir will call you. And we don't want to discuss the holidays period because we are working
No,
out.
no, sir. What I said is, no, first you drop a mail, definitely we will respond because I have another 1,000 industries, they are also calling on issues and also number will be busy, sometimes there will be meeting. So better to send a mail immediately because I shut my email. Definitely within 48 hours I will reply. So then if it is not got any response, you can call me also.
Who is being addressing service comes. After the felicitation, there will be a group photo near the new block. After the photo, you can go for the lunch in the family. It's ready. So we have a group photo on same way.
You are a boss.
You have to support.
So all the participants, let's meet at the new block where we will have a group photo. There itself we have canteen, so you can